story in terms of what we need to do next.
Let's not talk about this particular story, but in general, do you think cultural, religious, ethnic fit matters?
I think what we've got to remember is that we live in a liberal democracy. Toleration and mixed cultural experiences are part of our society. So we don't want to get bogged down in that territory. What we want to focus on is actually the outcome for the child who is being cared for by foster carers, and actually also the overall ethos that we are trying to establish here, which is that young people need the proper support as appropriate, and children's services need to react in that way.
Well, that's all sort of, everyone will agree with that. I mean,
well,
an apple pie.
Everybody does, but we've got to deliver it.
Let me ask Andy Elvin, do you think cultural fit matters? How much does, let's call it cultural fit, how much does that matter?
It can matter, it depends on the case. There are many examples of excellent foster carers from BME communities looking after children who are not from BME communities. It happens the other way around a lot. There's a lot of white carers out there at the moment looking after young people from Afghanistan, from Iraq, from Syria, and doing a fantastic job, because the cultural capital the young people need to respect their background is available in many places in the UK, particularly places like London.
It doesn't matter as long as the parents are understanding of the child's background.
Precisely, because what you're after is a safe and stable home that can meet the needs of the child. That is always the most important thing.
In this particular case, one of the issues that I think shocked a lot of people, and it's disputed, so you're talking hypothetically, was language, was that the parents, the foster parents apparently spoke Arabic a lot of the time and the child didn't. Now, whether or not that's true, that surely would not be a good thing, though, right?
It wouldn't be a good thing. I mean, in this particular case, that was a nonsense. It was a complete lie that was the case. To be a foster carer, you have to go through a long assessment. You have to have very good spoken and written English. So English is spoken in all foster homes all around the UK, and to suggest otherwise is completely fallacious.
Okay. Neil, does it matter to you, is it any different whether it's a Muslim child being put in a Christian family or a Christian child being put into a Muslim family? Is it entirely symmetrical?
Yes, I think it is entirely symmetrical, because as I've already said, we're a tolerant society, we're a liberal democracy, and those principles have to be maintained. I think our attitude must be about the actual quality of the care and nature of the decisions around who is actually going to look after the child. That's the important point here. So that's why we need to talk about children's services just as much as we need to talk about foster carers.
Is the basic problem, Andy Elvin, that we don't have enough foster carers anyway to make the choices? This was the case in this case. There wasn't the cultural...
It's part of the problem. There's particularly not enough foster carers for teenagers and for sibling groups, and we always welcome more foster carers to apply. A lot of people rule themselves out of being foster carers. They think they can't do it because they're single, they think they can't do it because they're the wrong religion, they think they can't do it because they're too old or too young or the wrong sexuality. Foster carers come from all backgrounds, and they are fantastic. Foster carers do a wonderful job in this country.
And we
ought to be very grateful to them, and we need more.
Yes, we do. Yeah. We definitely need more, and that's one of the things that our committee was going to say when we were going to report.
Neil Carmichael, before we let you go, I think we need to ask you about our top story today, Theresa May.
Yes.
Going on and on, or going on till the next election. Now, you lost your Stroud seat in the last election. On a harsh day, you may say that was her fault. I don't know, maybe you blame yourself, maybe you blame her, I don't know. What's your reaction to her leading the party to the next election?
Well, we don't exactly know when the next election is going to be, because we're in a minority situation, and we've got very difficult decisions to make over Brexit. So this is going to be a turbulent time. And I suppose it's probably wise for the captain of the ship to point out that she's still holding on to the appropriate...
Would you welcome her being leader of the party at the next election?
Well, I thought she was the right choice at the beginning when she first became Prime Minister. I was taken aback at the decision to have a general election when she did, and I was also slightly surprised to read the manifesto, and I can see you smiling. But I'm sure that if she were to lead us in the next general election, she would focus on the economy first and foremost as one of the key issues. And I can't imagine any mention of fox hunting. So those are lessons to learn.
Neil Carmichael, Andy Elvin, sorry to digress. Thank you both very much.